Oh, you think you a big shot?
So what up?
All right,
Like,
so
what we
dating, you
doing?
single or you in a relationship?
I'm single. I don't know, but I could be pregnant too. So like,
The social media plays into how you see a person when you're dating them, when you're looking at a person.
I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll talk to an Asian nigga, an Arab nigga, white nigga, like all these niggas.
Size matter?
No, the size matters.
Girth or
that
length?
shit is tiny. It's not gonna work here. I gotta be like, you feel me?
What's the fastest way for a nigga to turn you off on a first date?
Breath stink.
Breath
Why your
stink.
mouth stink? Like, that ass. Why your breath stink? Like, that's gonna get me tight. Like,
That's gonna get you tight.
that's gonna get me tight.
How much does good head matter?
8.
8.
I got that.
Thank you for your time.
Down.
Are you single or in a relationship?
I'm single.
You're single.
I'm single.
Are you straight, bi?
I'm pansexual.
You're pansexual.
Yeah, I like everybody.
And the people would like to know what pansexual is because
Clarify, pansexual, like, it doesn't matter what they are. You just like them because you like their personality, stuff like that.
what's a deal breaker for you on the first date?
A deal breaker for me, if you make me pay. Like, if you didn't clarify, you asking me out and I'm paying, I'm like, why? Why did you ask me out?
So if you went on a date with a woman, would it be the same thing?
Yes, it would be the same thing. Why did you ask me out if you're not going to pay?
So if you ask out, would you pay?
Yes, I would pay.
Even if you ask out a man?
Yes, they don't like it, but I still pay. Yeah, I'm not like that. Even when they go half with me, or I just pay for it.
Right.
And then you
I
got me
understand.
next time.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much sex affects your relationship?
I give it like a 7.
7?
Like a 7.
How much does a person's social media influence how attractive they are to you?
It doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't
You
matter?
don't have to have social media. I still find you attractive. You have it, cool. It do not matter to me.
Do you have social media?
Yeah.
Do you check? Do you find other people on social media attractive?
Yeah, but like I just use it like for family and friends. So like it's not that deep for me. Nah, catch me outside. Outside.
How much does head matter during sex?
During sex?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it matters. I don't know about everybody else. Penetration is cool, but if your head's not the best, get off.
A scale of 1 to 10, how good the head has to be for you to stay in a relationship?
What did I say? 7 before? I give it like an 8, 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
You give 8.5 type of head too.
Might be a little bit better than that. We're rolling.
If you're feeling somebody, how can they turn you off the fastest?
If they like to mansplain, what else? If like, cause I like nice smiles, so if you don't got a nice smile, you start talking to me, I'm like, ew. Or I don't know, you had to like be rude or something like that. I'm like, ew.
What's the reason you're single out here?
I'm having fun and
You're having
don't,
fun.
cause I'm young, so I'm like, I don't really need it.
Does size really matter?
Emotion.
What's a deal breaker on the first date?
I usually go for what I hear, so maybe if like they have like kids, just maybe if they say something I don't like, or maybe if they smoke too much. Hygiene is another big thing. If they smell bad,
If you was already feeling a guy, what's the fastest way for him to turn you off?
if he's being cheap, yeah. Sometimes I don't like guys with cheap ways.
What do you call cheap ways? Give me an example.
Cheap ways, as in he invited me on the date, but he wants me to pay for the date or pay for half. If I invite him, I'll pay for it. Like, that's fine. If he
That-
tells me what I can't order, like I remember my friend told me about a date where the guy said only order off the 2 for $20 menu.
Does body count matter?
Men, not necessarily. Women in this society, yeah.
Oh, it
If I'm
does.
dating a man, does his body count matter? It can't be too high. Like, it
Can't
can't
be
be
too high.
ridiculous. Like 100, like 90, 80. It also depends on age, too.
Definitely
Like,
is
if
a
he's like
factor.
40, like, I like older guys.
So the person you're seeing right now, how old are they?
33,
And you're how old?
25.
You're 25. What do you think about girls who have OnlyFans?
Girls who have OnlyFans?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they make their money. I'm not knocking their hustle.
You make an OnlyFans?
No, I wouldn't
You're
make an
not in-
OnlyFans.
You're not into that.
Nah, it's not my thing. Yeah, I have my own thing going, so I don't need to make OnlyFans.
Does a man's sexual experience matters to you?
Yes, he has to have some sexual experience. He can't be a virgin when I meet him.
Size. Size matter?
It's both. Like, I like a nice medium size. It don't gotta be too big.
Girth or length?
Length is a plus. Girth? No girth. Like, no, it has to have girth, but not too girthy. That's crazy.
not
No,
too crazy.
women need it to be smaller.
You haven't met the right man then.
Oh, whether size matters? What's your name?
I'm Kenny.
Kenny.
Nice to meet you.
Right. Size matters or no?
Come here, Kenny. Come here, Kenny.
It doesn't matter?
Yeah, we all have tongues.
Yeah.
talking about?
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
But like, what if the size, like, what if he doesn't have any skills?
ask little Kim, man. The tongue's fine. She's okay with it. Right? Come on, man.
He's late right now.
That's the way I look at it, right? Like, she literally She threw it to everybody out there. Like, look, he might not be that great down there, but if he has a good tongue and he knows how to treat you well and he buys you what you want, he takes care of you, takes care of your family.
Yeah, okay.
Are you single?
I'm single. I mean, I'm open. I'm open to, any opportunities, any suitors, anyone who approaches.
When you're dating, what's a deal breaker for you on the first date?
On the actual first date, a deal breaker on the first date. For me, a deal breaker is talking about sex too soon.
Talking about sex.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of dudes do that. Not thirsty. Like, come on. Show some interest, get to know the person. Don't just...
Does how much a man makes matter?
I mean, for me, it's just whatever he's comfortable with. If he's doing something that he loves, if he's comfortable with it, if he's comfortable with how much he's making, then that's not something that is a problem for me.
Does body count matter for a man and sexual experience?
I mean, I feel like most women kind of already assume that guys, have experience. For me personally, that's not something that I would ask him, off rip, just because, when you ask those kind of questions, you have to be ready for the answer. It more so just depends on who he is when I meet him, how he is.
And what's a non-sexual turn on?
Just listening. Yeah, listening.
Like a man to listen to you.
And actually being interested in asking questions. Sometimes you can meet a guy and you're trying to have a conversation. Maybe he's doing most of the talking. He's not really asking you any real questions about yourself.
Right.
I think a lot of women can tell that. They can tell when a guy's not really that interested, or he's more interested in certain things that don't really mean anything.
Right.
So maybe being more of a listener, asking questions that actually matter, things like that.
Does a man's social media matter?
That's the only thing I would say. Yes, I feel like that does matter. Okay, so I'm not gonna be looking for his social media, but I feel like a lot of guys, it's a really big part of their lives. A lot of guys can kind of use it maybe too much and let it kind of take over their lives.
Right.
The whole fantasy of it.
Right.
So I feel like maybe if he's on social media too much, if he's liking everything, if he's thirsty online.
Right.
I mean, this is, of course, if you're in a relationship with the person.
Right.
If it's in the beginning stage, you're not really together, then, again, I wouldn't go looking for it, but it is something that I do consider and look for.
Oh, you think you a big shot.